So the national nightmare of horrendously misplaced priorities is not only continuing, but it's getting worse right in front of our eyes. Here's The Intercept. They say, the Senate Armed Services Committee advanced a major defense spending bill in a closed session this week, agreeing to the Trump administration's $750 billion request and raising U.S. defense spending to levels not seen since the height of the Iraq War. If it passes the House and Senate, the bill would authorize the second major defense spending increase in 2 years. Last year, despite initial objections to President Donald Trump's proposed budget hikes, the House and Senate went far beyond what the administration had asked for, approving an almost $80 billion increase over its spending in fiscal year 2018 and bringing the total defense spending to $716 billion. The Senate version of this year's National Defense Authorization Act would raise military and other defense spending to levels not seen since 2009, when more than 180,000 troops were deployed in Iraq and Afghanistan, according to data from the Stockholm International Peace Research Institute. The Pentagon forecasts that in years to come, its budget requests will keep rising to levels not seen since World War II. Okay, now they go on to say the following. The Senate bill even exceeds what the Trump administration requested. The bill authorizes $10 billion for 94 F-35 fighters. That's 16 more than the Pentagon even asked for. So this is now the second year that Trump asks for a massive increase in military spending, and then Congress goes, no, you know what? We don't agree with you. We want to give you even more than the massive increase that you're asking for. They also say, such massive hikes in military spending are meant to underwrite a major shift in foreign policy under the Trump administration from a primary focus on counterterrorism in the Middle East and Africa to a Cold War-like posture of major power competition with Russia and China. To support that change, the U.S. is heavily investing in major weapons systems like the F-35 and modernizing its nuclear weapons system while pouring money into a space force, cybersecurity, and artificial intelligence. They also want to request a 3 to 5% increase in spending every year, which would mean that we're going to eclipse $800 billion for the military by 2025. Okay, I don't even know where to begin with how pathetic and disgusting and wrong this all is. So even the idea, we're going to upgrade our nuclear weapons technology, that's a terrible idea. You want to know why? The way the system works now, it's a closed system. So it's actually run on floppy disks. So, that was the technology back at the time when the original Cold War was happening, and so it was run on floppy disks. Now, you might scoff at that and go, well, that's so outdated, it's laughable. But here's the thing. It's unhackable. You can't hack it. Any kind of update to a modern type system is hackable. So on that alone, no, don't do it. Also, really? So we're going to go full bore on this, down the road of this new Cold War. And we're going to be like, yeah, that's exactly what we're doing. I mean, they're saying it. They actually admitted it. They said, yeah, no, we're not. Oh, please. Al-Qaeda and ISIS and terrorists. That's so 5 years ago. China and Russia are now our main focus in terms of foreign policy, which also means, by the way, more expensive weapons, more expensive upgrades, because we need, major artillery, new fighter jets, and all that stuff if your real competition is going to be other world powers that you feel threatened by, and you think that they're going to be the next ascendant world power, so you want to keep them in check, so you want to go nuts and spend as much as possible on the military while neglecting everything else, neglecting other areas. Now, the thing that is beyond frustrating about this, have you heard a single person in mainstream media bring this up, and then not only bring this up, but have those hand-wringing segments where they say, how are we going to pay for this? Are you kidding me? We already spend more than the next 10 biggest nations combined on our military, and now you want to spend even more on the military? How are we going to pay for it? How are we going to afford it? This is not something we can afford. Every time the conversation is free college, or debt cancellation for college, or Medicare for all, the first thing they do is say, how are you going to pay for it? 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 When it comes to gigantic military increases, by the way, the increase last year could have paid for free college and then some, just the increase in the military budget from last year, they got nothing to say. They got nothing to say at all. Because you know what it is? They grandfather it in. They say, well, hold on now. We're talking about, in their minds, this is what they think. We're talking about the defense of our wonderful nation. Oh, the defense. So they think it's a moral imperative. We have to do it. If we're concerned about how we're going to pay for it, we'll worry about that later. We'll take care of that later. We'll fix that later. Right now, it's a moral imperative. I mean, we gotta, be the world police, and we gotta defend the homeland. So go ahead, spend, and we'll worry about the consequences later. You would think that 30 to 45,000 people dying every year because they don't have basic health care, that, I don't know, maybe that would be something where it's a moral imperative. Hey, we'll take care of it. We'll figure out how to pay for it later. You would think that would be their thinking when it comes to, I don't know, the literal lives of their fellow citizens? Nope. You would think that the student loan debt that's holding back an entire fucking generation from experiencing the American dream, that they would say, listen, it's a moral imperative. We got to wipe that debt slate clean, man. This entire generation only has $11,000 in average net worth. Are you fucking kidding me? Or median net worth? I don't remember which one. But we have to tackle this problem. Are you kidding me? You would think climate change. Listen, I don't care how much a Green New Deal would cost, because we got to fix this problem. If we don't fix this problem, it's all for naught. If we cannot fix this problem, there is no maybe later. That's not an option. That's not a thing. But nobody in mainstream media says it about a Green New Deal to fight climate change. Nobody says it about college debt. Nobody says it about Medicare for all. Nobody says it about a living wage. Hey, listen, man. We got to make the minimum wage a living wage. We got people. These are wage slaves. They work full time. They don't make enough money to survive. Are we fucking crazy? We have to fix that system. They don't say it about our infrastructure crumbling. Oh my God, we're supposed to be the world's sole superpower. We got bridges fucking collapsing on a regular basis in this country. We have no clean water in Flint, Michigan. Are you kidding me? We got to fix this. We have to fix it. We have to fix it now. I don't care how much it costs. Fix it. Fix our infrastructure. Do an infrastructure deal right now through emergency powers. How about that? Nope. They would all scream, oh, how are we going to pay for that, good sir? How will we pay for the important, necessary thing that's morally, that's a moral absolute that we have to address? How we pay for it? Never that, but only for the military. Yeah, offensively bomb more countries? Sure. I don't care how you pay for it. Go ahead and do it. Start a new Cold War and go down that path 100 miles an hour? Sure, why not? And remember, the Democrats were accusing Trump of being a Putin puppet for years. Now it's clear that he's not a Putin puppet. Are they resisting this and saying, hey man, listen, we're really escalating with Russia and China here. Maybe we want to move away from the brink and not do another Cold War? Are they resisting from the left and saying, whoa, reel it in there, big guy. Reel it in. No. They love this shit. Even Elizabeth Warren voted for the increase in the military budget last year. Bernie didn't vote for it. Elizabeth Warren voted for it. So they don't blink. They don't bat an eyelash. Sure, we all agree. Giant, disgusting, bloated military budget that furthers our imperialistic goals and continues to starve this country of the funds it desperately needs. Sure. Why not? Even the left is on board with that. And this is beyond frustrating to me because this is something that should really be a scandal. It is a scandal that we massively increase military spending every single year. We already spend more than the next 10 biggest nations combined. We got a shadow war going on in Africa. We're currently bombing 8 different countries. We have about 900 military bases around the world. And nobody cares. Nobody bats an eyelash. Nobody says anything. Mainstream media is totally silent on it. And God forbid you question it, they call you unpatriotic or whatever goofy bullshit. It's time to change the conversation. It's time to shift the Overton window. It's time to give people the harsh, politically incorrect truths that they haven't heard in a long time. And that truth is, we're an empire. We're not the world police. We're a world bully trying to jack natural resources and maintain geopolitical dominance. And we're wasting all of our money on endless wars. That's the harsh truth. And people here are struggling and dying as a result of that.